Greetings, lovers of utopias that inevitably turn into dystopias, and welcome to a somewhat critical playthrough of BioShock Infinite. Now, if you've been living in a complete media isolation, I'm going to tell you that a couple of days ago, BioShock Infinite came out, and it's a game published by 2K, made by Irrational Games. I think that's what their name is. They are the same people who made the first BioShock game, and also who made the second System Shock game. And they seem to be very proud of the game. Everyone seems to be very happy of the result. Like I said, this playthrough is going to be slightly critical because I did not fully support the hype. I was very much looking forward to the game. Now, this is not going to be a blind playthrough. I have actually played the game to the very end, and straight off the top, I'm going to tell you that there were some problems there. That I want to discuss, and hopefully you guys will also join me in the discussion of what's going on and your ideas or interpretations of what you will see happening on the screen. Many of you probably will have already played the game, some of you will be playing it maybe along, and so on and so forth. For some of you, this is going to be the only way you're going to see it. So in whichever of those people you may be, it would be awesome if you could also contribute to the discussion in the comment section. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start the new game. Right here, is we're going to overwrite, and immediately this brings me to my first gripe with the game, which is that it lacks any sort of humane saving system. There's a checkpoint system in place, which is, I don't know if it's because the consoles exist and make our lives so hard, or for whatever other reason, but yeah, that's the only way. There's not even a chapter thing where, let me just quickly go back and show you. You can go back a couple of chapters, but having finished the game, you cannot actually play all the chapters that you would like to play, unless I'm missing something here. But this is where I arrived. This is a new game I started just recently, and this is the ending of the game, and that's pretty much it. There's nothing else, unless again I'm missing something completely here. So let's go back quickly to the menu. I really like the menu, and there are things that I enjoy about the game very much, and I'm going to mention those as well. I'm not going to be just completely trashing just the game just because there's something I don't like about it. So let's go ahead and start, I think. Yeah, so I guess I'm going to play on normal, whatever, medium difficulty, because I'm not going to be concentrating that much. This is not like a speed run on hard, or there's also this one that you unlock after you finish the game, which is supposed to be super hardcore. The hard isn't that hard, but certain bosses could take several attempts, maybe, or maybe, you know, people who are more skilled, it's not going to take that much time. But because that's not what I'm going to be focusing on in this playthrough, I'm just going to play on medium, and those of you who feel disgusted and want to subscribe, you should probably do it now. Alright, so I think this should bring us straight to the loading screen, which is not going to be that long, and I don't think I should start talking right now or continue it, because we're going to be interrupted by a cutscene, and I'm going to let the cutscenes more or less run and continue the commentary when the cutscenes are no longer there.
Booker, are you afraid of God?
No. But I'm afraid of you.
Whoa. That's a fake book, by the way. It doesn't exist. I checked.
Are you going to just sit there?
As compared to what? Standing?
Not standing, rowing.
Rowing? Hadn't planned on it.
So you expect me to shoulder
What's
the
this?
burden?
No. But I do expect you to do all the rowing.
And why is that?
Coming here was your idea.
My idea?
I've made it very clear that I don't believe in the exercise.
The rowing?
No. Imagine that's wonderful exercise.
Then what?
The entire thought experiment.
Excuse me. How much longer?
One goes into an experiment knowing one could fail.
But one does not undertake an experiment knowing one has failed.
Can we get back to the rowing?
I suggest you do, or we're never going to get there.
No, I mean I'd greatly appreciate it if you would assist.
Perhaps you should ask him. I imagine he has a greater interest in getting there than I do.
I suppose he does, but there's no point in asking.
Why not?
Because he doesn't row.
He doesn't row?
No, he doesn't row.
Ah, I see what you mean.
So apparently,
We've arrived.
Booker doesn't row. I still haven't figured out what exactly that means. If anyone has any ideas, please, you're more than welcome. Okay, so obviously we arrive at a lighthouse, which is...
He's not moving.
He will.
I am moving. I am
Suppose
moving.
he does.
Yeah. Alright, let's say goodbye to these guys. Who, by the way, are the best
Shall we tell
characters in the
him
game.
when we'll be returning?
Would that change anything?
It might give him some comfort.
At least that's something we can agree on.
Hey! Somebody meeting me here?
I'd certainly hope so.
It does seem like a dreadful place to be stranded.
Now, what if I had decided to follow them?
Side.
Oh, no, can't do it, because it's a AAA game. You can't just kill yourself. Invisible wall! What about over here? Invisible wall! And, yeah, basically, BioShock Infinite is full of invisible walls, which is something that disappointed me from the very beginning when I started my playthrough. Another thing that there is a lot of it in the game is picking up the silver eagles, which is the money. So just walking around and doing that. That's half of the game right there. Another half is kind of that. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but anyway. So, lighthouse. No idea why we're here. We need to find a girl. I'm sure you've seen the trailer so far. You know that's kind of what the game is about. A man, a city that is flying in the air, and the girl. Mystery everywhere. Okay, so a ton of stuff picking up things. The first episode of this playthrough is probably going to be mostly just getting started. I don't think we'll see any combat or anything like that. So it's just going to be setting the mood for the game. Okay, so bring us the girl, last chance, and wipe
Excuse me,
away the debt.
It's Booker DeWitt. I guess you're expecting me?
Excuse me. Right. So let's wash ourselves quickly. This will give us a view at our own face. I guess that's the whole idea of this thing. So that's what our character looks
Good luck
like.
with that, pal.
Okay. So because I'm playing on medium difficulty, I'm not gonna worry too much about gathering stuff like this because it takes so much time. And also I'm not gonna...
Is anyone here?
Yes.
Hello?
There is no one here. Worry much about listening to all the little things. And just turn this off for a second. I cannot turn it off. Because it takes too much time, and if you want to actually find out all the details and listen to all the little stories that are scattered around in forms of audio messages, then you should probably play the game by yourself, because that's going to give you the full experience of that. This playthrough is not going to contain all of that. It's going to be mostly whenever I come across hello there, some sort of voice messages, I'm going to probably just talk about what they are and what they lead to and what exactly is the player, I guess, supposed to make of it. But I'm not going to put them on because they don't have subtitles. That's the biggest reason probably, and the voice and the volume of the game, as you can see so far, is turned down. So you're going to need the subtitles to understand what's going on. Okay, so can't really interact this figure with this figure. Doesn't really say who they are. Again, this is a small spoiler, but you don't really find out who they are in the game. If anyone has any ideas who this guy is, please, again, comment section below or around or somewhere. Yeah, let's go to the top of the lighthouse. Again, very obvious conclusion that one can come to is that since the city is floating above in the air, then we must get there somehow, and the way to get there is the lighthouse, just like in the first BioShock game. So, let's use this contraption.
Card.
Yeah, so 1, 2, 3. The scroll, the key, and the sword are kind of the symbols of Columbia, the flying city that we are trying to get to. And this is very conspicuous messaging from something that is supposed to be hidden away from human eyes and ears. But whatever, that's cool. If you guys wanna... This is our message back at that thing. Though I'm not sure again how this works exactly, and why we would have to actually send the messages to each other, considering what is going to follow in about a second here. Okay, the rain looks nice though, gotta admit. All right, so we got the green light. Gonna enter here. Fancy chair. This game is obviously full of fancy chairs. Oh, by the way, just demonstrate. Can't kill yourself here either. Yeah, go back to the chair.
Looks like they expect me to sit in their fancy chair.
Another thing that comes with a very expensive game is that your main character, if he talks, is going to be Captain Obvious all the time. So let's sit down. Hey, enjoy the ride.
Make yourself ready, Pilgrim. The bindings are there as a safeguard.
No, no, God damn it!
Ascension. Ascension in the count of 5. Count of 4.
No, no.
3.
I mean, no. Of course we have to ascend. It's up there.
1. Ascension.
Because I guess the
Ascension.
thing is that he doesn't know that he's going to a flying city. Well, he will know that in a second.
10,000 feet.
He hasn't seen the trailer.
10,000 feet.
There we are. And that's the
Hallelujah.
exposition, kind of. Half of it, anyway. Interestingly enough, you may have noticed how the game starts during the night. But as soon as you go to Columbia, it's suddenly daylight. I'm not sure that was intentional. I think it just kind of worked out that way in the end, where they glued the game together. But at the same time, I guess we're not supposed to notice it. And here comes Comstock. Hey, for the Comstock. It's kind of a shame that they changed his face. The last, I think the E3 trailer or demo, was that 2011 came out. They had a different Comstock face, and I think that one was much better than this one, because this one is kind of like an old guy, god face type situation, which I guess works because he's supposed to be a bit of a god figure, self-proclaimed. But the other one was more foundery, because, like, you know, the founding fathers kind of face, they were very, very Puritanish, kind of just landed from the ship, just came from the ship on the East Coast kind of face. But instead we got this guy now, who's kind of more like Moses than anyone else, but whatever. Or, you know, the Lord God himself, which I guess what he's trying to be. There we go. So it's more Old Testament now than in that trailer, so I guess things kind of changed a bit. I'm going to talk about those trailers as well, because they, to my mind, they promise slightly different things than what we got in the end. And I know a lot of people will not agree with that, but that's cool. Again, you don't have to watch, you cannot subscribe. Anyway, so we're here. This is Columbia. And we land in a church. It's a very convenient, very modern church that accepts rockets, I guess. Okay, goodbye, chair. We're probably not gonna see each other anymore. It was nice knowing him. Like, I won't be able even to get back there, of course, because the chair is now too far away. Oh, I need to turn off that hint thing. It poisoned my experience when I was playing it on my own without recording it. So I don't want it to poison your experience as well. All right. So, there's little messages everywhere. There's not that much text, it's just in the form of those things that repeat on the side here. And a lot of kind of religious icons and different visual materials. And wow, look, there's a grown man walking on candles without burning. Miracle! It's a miracle! Maybe. Right, let's steal money from the church, because that's, you know, that's what gaming is all about. There's big old Comstock. He kind of looks like the Cthulhu guy, doesn't he? Just a bit, I don't know. There's some additional rooms over here. This is Lady Comstock. And she grew the seed of the prophet in her womb, which is pretty much what people do. Yeah. So, Mr. Obvious there. There's a bit of a stuttering, you'll notice. I tried to fix it. This is the voxophone, by the way, that I'm not going to be using. There's a bit of stuttering in the game, which I tried to fix by tweaking it, and it ended up getting worse. So I just reverted the game to the original parameters, I guess, original specs. And the stuttering is back, but the terrible slowdowns that happen once in a while, and we're becoming more and more constant, are not anymore. So there's the family, the guy who basically rules the place, his wife, and his wonder child. And by saying that, what? Oh, yeah, I know. He's reminding us. So let's not rob the child of its money. There's nothing here. I don't know if I even should waste my time on collecting these things, because they don't really help when you're playing on a medium difficulty. You don't really have to actually buy anything to win the game, but we'll do it anyway. The inventory system is very much similar to BioShock, which is, I think, unfortunate. I never really enjoyed that, because what I end up doing is I just go to any object and take everything without like choosing whatever is there. And
Where am I?
Heaven, friend. Or as close as we'll see till Judgment Day.
how's it going?
Just keep such questions to myself.
And a lot of people talk without moving their mouth, which is, I guess, saved money on animation. And yes, the inventory system is kind of weird. There's the symbols. Because I don't understand the point of actually having to click it and then having to click it again, even though most people, and by most people I mean like 99%, we're just gonna take everything. There's not really bad pickups, and they don't take up space. The name Infinite very much refers to the stuff of the capacity of pockets of Booker DeWitt, our main character here. So what would be more natural to do is just to have a system. Okay, I'm gonna shut up for a second.
On this day of days, we recommit ourselves to our city and to our prophet, Father Constant. We recommit through sacrifice.
And these candles are, by the way, impassable.
In the sweet waters of baptism. And lo, if the prophet had struck down our enemies at New Queen and not railed against the Sodom beneath us, it would have been enough. If the prophet had just railed against the Sodom,
He goes into a repetition thing. He just says that anything prophet would have done is enough. So I was gonna finish quickly about what I was trying to say. Oh, shut up, man! I can't talk with you on the background. About the pocket thing. So it would be more natural for if you, whenever you walk by, just as things get absorbed into you. Yeah, I understand it's kind of less realistic, but having infinite pockets isn't realistic anyway. Okay, I gotta make this guy shut up. There we go.
Is it someone new? Someone from the Sodom below, newly come to Columbia to be washed clean before our prophet, our founders, and our Lord?
I just need passage into the city.
Passage to the city. Brother, the only way to Columbia is through rebirth in the sweet
You can't go back
waters of
either.
baptism.
Look at the freaky faces. For some reason, they
just looking
decided
to
to
pass
give women bigger eyes than men. I'm not sure how that exactly works. So especially Elizabeth, the main character, if you compare her eyes to anyone else's eyes, it's just huge. Okay, so there's only one way to get out of here, and that is to accept the baptism by this guy.
Come and be cleansed.
So let's quickly do that and make him shut up. Thank you. His
I baptize
mouth is gonna look like an anus in a
in the
second.
name of our prophet, in the name of our founders, and the name of our Lord.
No, I thought he would. Maybe it was in a different playthrough. Well, he does look kind of like an anus anyway.
I don't know, brothers and sisters.
That's the kind of detail you get from watching Firewater Gasoline videos. I make sure that any mouth that kind of looks like an anus, you notice it. Alright. So this is also something that's gonna happen in the game a couple of times.
Bring us the curb and wipe away the debt.
What do you want?
We had a deal to it. Open this door right now.
I told you. I'm not gonna do it.
This is the place he goes to when he's dying or about to die. It's kind of like his, what do you call it? Purgatory, I guess. So there's no other option. We have to open the door and get in there. We have a little dream of New York being blown to pieces, and this is not 1912 New York, by the way. This is kind of modern New York. And there are our founding fathers with with the bodies of Greek gods, as Franklin, Washington, and Jefferson.
That idiot priest needs to learn the difference between baptizing a man and drowning one.
Hummingbirds. I especially like the body of how Franklin looks. He looks hilarious. And the key, I think, represents is like one of them is this is knowledge, power, industry, or something like that, which are the what do you call them? The foundation ideas of Columbia, the flying city. So all these people will want to talk to you. And again, I'm not going to concentrate on that because if you want all the details, you should probably play the game. They basically talk about how great the Prophet is, and how much care he takes of his people. Just gonna jump in here. Oh, this stuttering is getting a bit bad. Hopefully that's not gonna become a trait. Am I moving so slowly? I don't know. Not exactly best frame rate here. Alright, let's get out of here. Yay! Colombia. It's gonna be safe here. It's really annoying that you cannot really save a game whenever you want to do it. I think just before this connects there should be a save. No. Okay, never mind. But anyway, I'm gonna stop the first episode probably here. How much time we've spent here? Yeah, I think that's about right. And actually, just go onto the screen here and go into the city proper next time around. Thank you guys for watching this far, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.